This is a homebrew podcast.
Oh, wow. Who's Nix? Did you know who this opener is? I know we came here for the Gabagools tonight, but this opener is fantastic. I don't remember if I saw it on the ticket or on the poster, but I'm gonna have to stop by and get one of the records or something. This is amazing.
Yeah, I think I looked. I think it's Eduardo Rios. Maybe I was actually planning to be a little bit late because I didn't really want to see the opening acts. But yeah, they're actually quite good. What do you think the name of this song is? I actually paid no attention when they started, introducing him and stuff like that.
That's a good question. Yeah, I usually skip the opening acts as well, so I haven't been paying too much attention. This is really now where I'm really hearing it. It sounds like he just keeps saying something about the moonlight. It's just fantastic.
Is that Rendo? Rendo!
Oh, hello. What are you guys doing here?
It's a concert. We're here for the Gabagools. I didn't know you liked the Gabagools. Do you know who this is?
Oh, I'm not a huge Gabagooler. I actually am here for the opener.
This individual.
Yeah, Eduardo. He's really good.
I can see why.
Do you know what the name of the song is?
Well, I think it's a new one. Something to do with the moon. What's it? Moray eel or something? I don't know.
What?
I've heard some people sing about when a moon is thrown in your eye and there's a moray eel that comes into it. I don't know.
This sounds terrible, but this song is so beautiful.
Yeah, the way he sings it's really good.
Yeah.
I will have to get a copy or have him come play at Rhonda's. I'm sure the moon and the moray eels, whatever it's about, it's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you. Eduardo, we'll definitely make sure to invite you to Rhonda's to play a concert, I guess.
Welcome back to Mythcraft the podcast, the ties that bind. Let's meet our rakish researchers, Roger.
Geist. Time for caution. We've been bugged.
Andy.
Nix, the seed has been planted. Time to wait.
Mal.
Rendo, I think it's time for something. I don't know.
Maggie.
Nia Korahine. At present, I don't have any dreams, just plans.
And Alex.
Gregory Orso. Honey, I'm home.
Last time on the ties that bind, Nyx had a nightmarish dream with a surprising twist. Nia and Rendo strategized with the Troupies on how to take over Dirge. Nyx and Geist spent time getting to know one another, and Nyx went to Geist's store. Big revelation. Gregory and Nyx investigated the other party members as well as some of their own curiosities. And when Gregory got home, his door was unlocked.
Let the music change.
But earlier that evening, at the Whispering Winds,
Oh, shit.
Geist was going about a lovely day of store tending. Geist, you had a handful of customers over the course of the day. They were lovely individuals. Some of them bought stuff, some of them sold you or consigned stuff to the Whispering Winds. Could I actually have you make a luck check real quick?
Yeah, I will gladly do that for you, prompted, and hopefully for no necessary reason that's going to cause me any pain whatsoever. That's going to be a total of a 12, Nathan.
It's overall a pretty average day. If it were particularly high or low, then someone might want one of your oddities, like the plant, for instance, like something a little bit more curious. But as it is, it's just kind of a standard. People looking for used books or various antique but non-magical or non-quirky standard kind of items.
Fairly common day, nothing to be out of the ordinary.
As you are closing down, and again, this is the same day that you spent the morning and early afternoon with Nyx. As you're closing down, would you stay here overnight, or would you want to seek out any of the other party members for the evening?
That's an interesting question. I think there is some intentional desire to want to stay here, to be present in the shop. We just found those bugs. We just found the multiple sections of the earrings not terribly long ago. But I think I'm going to need a little bit of assistance. So I'm going to, heavy on the air quotes here, hire a new employee that's going to be assisting me in watching my shop. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and take some time over the next 10 minutes to create a duplicate of myself that I'm going to bring into existence
Oh, no.
that is going to watch and oversee the shop, doing menial tasks and various things while I sleep, while I rest. And I'll spend a little bit of this time working and connecting with this quasi-real duplicate of myself to let them know who they are, to give them just enough mannerisms so that they can appropriately not look and act identical to me, Geist, but to be my new employee that is simply going to go by the name of Crow.
Awesome. Yeah, as you're getting Crow accustomed to their new life and their responsibilities around the store, you would hear a knock at the door.
I think prior to answering it at ground level, I would go to one of the upper windows and see if I could tell who it was from that vantage point.
Specifically from the upper window, that would be difficult because they have one of those wide-brimmed fedoras. It's black with a black silk ribbon. That's all you can tell from this vantage point. They appear around your height. I think you've got a reasonable sense of height and perspective. But again, their face is completely obscured.
If I can't make out their face, I'm still going to head down and I'll peer through the blinds of the window, which is now shut. It's after hours.
Right. It is an elf. He's middle-aged, 250, give or take 70 years. He has close-cropped dark hair and dark eyes. Hawkish features, gaunt.
I'm going to just kind of crack the door open a little bit to be able to have a little bit of conversation as I'm kind of pantomiming, tipping my hats a little bit. Let's see. Pleasure to see you on this fine day, but I must apologize. We are currently closed.
Yeah, I am aware that you're closed. I'm here on behalf of Pete Truby, actually. He takes a drag on a cigarette and steps back a little bit as to show that he's not trying to push into your personal space after hours. Do you have a moment?
Of course. Apologies. I never know who is calling after hours. Please, come in. And I'll open the door and make it as inviting as possible.
He'll stamp out the cigarette under his boot and walk in, take his hat off. I can't imagine I'll take too much of your time. Lovely shop here, by the way. He seems to just do kind of a cursory perusal of your space.
Thank you very much.
Simply wanted to drop in from Pete directly to let you know that he would like for you to meet him and the rest at the rendezvous tomorrow night.
Very well. I'm happy to assist Pete, as well as the rest of the Truby family, however I can. Is this something that needs to be prepared for? Shall I bring any supplies?
Anything you might need for an overnight stay. I get the sense with Pete it's better to plan on that the way things have gone lately. I assume, based on what Pete told me, that you are in the know with the Molitor situation. I believe I can speak freely about that.
Yes, very much in the know. Very eager to be of assistance. Of course, I'll collect my things and I'll be prepared for tomorrow evening.
Well, thank you. That was really all. But, these things are best handled with those who you can trust. To that end, if you don't mind my asking, why is it that, I haven't seen you around the Cobblers' cause before. Why is it that Pete roped you in? What's your connection to the Cobblers?
Make sure that we're kind of within the storefront, and I also want to make sure that we are far enough away from the corner that I intentionally placed the remaining bugs, the remaining pieces of the earring, so that we are out of distance. I know where they're at. I know roughly how far away we need to be. Mm-hmm. It's a very valid question. To be honest, I'm not offended. The line of work that I'm in, it's important to stay fairly anonymous in my connections, my relations to a number of the families. Currently, that is how I am assisting and serving the Truby family. I know people, but I don't pop up on many radars. It's easy for me to go unnoticed. I am but a humble shopkeeper.
Of course, but a humble shopkeeper. Well, I trust Pete's judgment in this matter, more or less. I ask that you do what he asks within reason, stay safe as you can, and I imagine we'll be seeing one another again, although I probably myself will not be there tomorrow night.
Nathan, have I seen this individual around? Any important insignia, something that tells me their aesthetic or their vibe fits into the Truby family?
You haven't seen this individual before. Go ahead and give me an awareness check, though.
That's going to be a 2 + 1 for a total of 3, Nathan.
Okay.
So
All right.
aware.
Super aware. He does certainly seem like he fits in with the Cobblers. He's well dressed. He's got the typical vest and suit. He keeps his collar unbuttoned, though, so he doesn't have a tie or a bow tie or anything. His fedora is very stylish, and, he gives off an air of competence as... I mean, there's Bill, but many of the troupies, many of the Cobblers do give off that air of competence.
Understood. And as far as I know, this all tracks and this all makes sense.
And if there's nothing else to be said, then this individual will simply nod and say, have a pleasant evening. Like I said, I imagine at some point our paths will cross again, and he'll start to take his leave.
Thank you for bringing this message to me. I will be there tomorrow night. Thanks again.
Perfect. And now, as you go about shutting down your shop, making sure that Crow is doing everything appropriately, we will fast forward just a little bit to that next night. Do you actually go to Rhonda's Rendezvous on the evening of Sill Day, one day later?
I've been requested. I've been asked. I have no reason to think otherwise. 100% am I going there.
All right. All right, it is the evening in the middle of the week. It is Sill Day, which in our calendar would be Wednesday. Nyx would be there dancing or overseeing Ruby, kind of coaching Ruby, getting her confidence up on her own dancing. Tristan would be managing the bar, and it would be around this time that Geist would show up. Geist, you would see that there's a large contingent of ingots that have filed into Rhonda's, and they've taken up positions on the main floor, in and around the main area. Some of them are at the bar, some of them are over at the dance floor. The same pair of Dwarven women that you overheard previously, Nyx, would see you, and they would come over and start admiring your dance. They would start making it hail a little bit.
Yes.
As they say.
No, this paper money now.
Right, step a little faster if you don't want to get hit.
Do you not see the bullet wound?
You're trying to get the coin in the bullet wound.
Oh, I was so close, not quite a bullseye there.
Oh my god.
So rough.
Wow.
I hate everything about this.
And Rindo and Nia would file in a few minutes later, along with Pete, Bill, Sheldon, and a handful of additional cobblers. And the same individual that you saw yesterday, Geist, would actually be there as well.
Okay, sweet.
So it is a full commons, and there's definitely an air of tension about the room. The ingots and cobblers are allies, but there's a long history there with a lot of people in the room, and so you can catch some folks glaring daggers at others across the way. You would see Bungamet and someone who you can only assume must be Don Durrell getting into ostensibly a dick measuring contest with Pete. Look at my business card. Look at my fedora. Look how much taller it is than your fedora. Especially given that you're a dwarf and I'm a human, all of the
Oh no.
heightism and everything else. What would each of the four of you do in this situation?
If Geist was the first one to arrive from the montaging group, I think he would just come up to the bar and get a drink and wait to notice others or be noticed. He assumes that he's going to get summoned or called if there is another war council meeting or conversation to be had.
Was Nyx given any heads up that there was going to be a thing tonight, or does she just think she's working?
Nyx would have been given a heads up.
Okay. Then I think Nyx, she'd see Geist enter and she'd see everything going around, and she'd be dealing with these two Dwarven women being dicks, and she would just like pick up her coins and just be like, you know what? I'm leaving. I don't have to be here. I really don't. I was just, goodbye. She will just hop off the stage the opposite way.
You'll hear them start to bicker. Oh, Narara, you shouldn't have pushed her so hard. Glassmilt, you're the one who hit the bullet wound.
Classy.
Listen, If you want me to come back next time, pay more. And Nyx will head off, probably sitting next to Geist, getting a drink from Tristan. Oh, you're here again, too, for this. Wonderful.
Yes, it's a shame that they're still using coins instead of paper money. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right, and it hurts. I'm gonna have welts.
Was that woman aiming for your bullet wound?
Yes, actually, she said she was aiming for the bullet wound. It wasn't even on accident.
Hold on a second, I'll be right back. And Geist is going to walk over to those two dwarven women, and he's going to bring out his pocketbook. Excuse me, if I may interrupt. I was hoping I could exchange your coins for some of my paper money. The dancers prefer it, in fact.
You know, it's always kind of fun seeing them do a jig, though. That's kind of part of what we're paying for with these tips. I mean, we tip very well. We threw 20 silver at her.
Oh, 20 silver, that's more than enough. Very kind. But you understand that their work is challenging enough. They're trying to put on a good show for you. Not having to dodge, dip, and dive whenever you're throwing coins their direction. Here, let me help. And I'm like sliding additional money on the table so that they're getting a better rate.
Okay. They will exchange a look, and Glasmild will say, all right, Norara, pay the man. Norara rolls her eyes and then exchanges. So you'll effectively, we'll say you lose 5 silver, but they'll have some paper money now.
Sounds good. Then I'm going to come back to the bar.
Spoil sport. Party pooper.
Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here, then spend it all here.
You could have done that while I was dancing and not after. Now it's just gonna all go to Ruby.
Oh, apologies.
It's okay. She doesn't need welts either.
Anything of note from Rendo or Nia? Just in the initial calm before any formal event here?
Rendo's kind of hanging back a little bit. He's not going to order a drink, but he will hang out near the bar and is trying really hard to resist the urge to grab a napkin and start wiping some dirty spots on the counter that haven't been gotten to yet. Some, like, the water rings from old glasses and such.
Nice.
That's so dear. That's so dear. Okay, Nia did a line before she got out of the car, so she's in rare form. She also... Would they have seen any of the way those dwarven women were treating Nyx?
Yeah. Now, quickly before anything else, did you just roll for doing a line?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
Could I have you also make an endurance check?
Sure. 18?
All right. No further sliding into full-on addiction at this point.
All right, cool. She knows her limits.
Yep.
We're just here for a good time. It's okay. Okay, having seen what had happened and being in the rare form that she's in, she probably would have been like drumming her fingers against the bar, clearly agitated by what's going on, especially when she started to see Nyx get off the stage. And I would like to think she would have started to get up, but Geist beat her to the punch, which is probably good. But she's watching these ladies now. There's a certain way we handle ourselves in rondas, and we treat our dancers with respect, and that like really, really irked her the wrong way. So she might... Nyx, you doing all right down there, love?
Yeah, I'm okay. Nia, how are you?
Just rosy, darling, rosy. She'll wave down Tristan for a drink.
Yeah, Tristan will pour. Hey, good to see you, Nia. Nyx, you all right? Looked a little rough up there.
They're always that way, Tristan, but it gets me the money, so you know what? It's worth it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be treated that way.
I suppose so.
Just because you're making your living by doing that. Like, I get it as entertainment, but that's not the way you treat someone. You understand?
I would agree.
No, it's not. But around here, I mean, you know, we get all types. We get the really nice ones. We get Drek.
That's exactly what they are, Drek. And she just sort of toward that direction, but very like obscurely, so they couldn't maybe tell exactly who said it.
Sure.
Tristan, is Gregory coming? Do you know?
I was gonna ask you the same thing. He was supposed to get dinner with me and Mom and Dad last night, but he didn't show up.
I mean, he was with me very late at the library. We left probably.
Oh.
And it was pretty dark out. He didn't mention anything about dinner though.
He must have slipped his mind, I guess. So he got... You were with him last night, though, because I kind of worried he hasn't missed those much in the past
We were, I mean, it's fairly dark out. We were at the library for quite a while. You know, we had one of our nights with wine, and he got fairly wine drunk. I mean, I didn't follow him all the way home, but he left. But I think it was after what I would imagine your dinner time was.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we had dinner just past sundown.
Yeah, we were, I think sundown was about halfway through how long we were there. It was late, Tristan. He probably just forgot. I know he doesn't usually forget family dinners, but I'm sorry, I probably pulled him away.
Yeah, I imagine so. Well, I hope he's all right. I imagine he'll be turning up here, right? All the rest of the crew is here.
That's what I would assume, but I was hoping you knew. He's usually here by now, joining the coin-throwing brigade.
Right, at least his never makes it up onto the stage.
No, it doesn't.
All right, and now we will back up one final time to the events of last night. As a wine-drunk Gregory opens his door and does not realize it's locked. And I'm going to ask for everyone who is not Alex to take off their headset.
No, don't do this. No.
Whew.
Gregory, I would love for you to describe exactly what your normal routine is as you get home.
His usual routine, he gets home, he will take off his shoes, throw his coat onto the table to his left when he walks in, go into his pantry, get a little snack, have some dinner, relax a little bit on the couch, take some notes about things that had happened throughout the day, and he'll make his way upstairs to his room, start to get ready for bed, wind down.
As you start to make your way upstairs, can I have you make an awareness check? This is just generalized. What are you aware of? So perceiving would work. Other skills that you have might work depending on what they are.
Perceiving, intuiting, or investigating.
I'll allow intuiting. Usually that's interpersonal, but this is your space. It's kind of like part of yourself. So your choice between perceiving and intuiting.
Okay, it's the same roll either way.
Okay.
Ugh, I have a luck point. Can I use it?
Sure, you can use your luck point.
So it's a 12.
Okay. So with a 12, I still don't think you notice the boot tread that is definitely not yours on the stairs as you walk up past it.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, you make it upstairs.
All right. Yeah, he'll go to the bathroom before, don't want to have to get up in the middle of the night.
Right.
Brush his teeth, wash his hands, wash his face, whatever. And then he'll get ready to go to bed. He'll wind down from there.
All right. And as you make your way into your bedroom, can I have another awareness check?
Yes. Perceiving again?
Yep.
It's a 14.
Okay. Are you the kind of person who carries around either a lantern or a candle or something to see, or do you know your house well enough that you just put your hand on the wall and you just bounce around in the darkness? What's Gregory's style?
I would think he has some lights on. I don't know if dimmers are a thing, but like low lights kind of that he can use to get around, but not crash into anything. He is pretty organized and clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's, just so he can get through and not fall down the stairs or anything.
Okay. So given that and given the 14 that you rolled there, as you approach your bed, I think this is the first alarm bell that goes off. You would see that the heavy rifle the Geist gave you is no longer propped up against your bed. It's been moved over to your desk.
It's been moved to my desk? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then that initial snap would make you do a quick scan around the rest of your room, and you would see on your pillow there's a pistol. There are 2 cartridges of bullets, and there's a note.
I want to look under my bed to see if there's anything there before I get any closer to it.
Sure. Crouching down, setting your candle down, peering under the bed, you see it's dusty. You might want to clean there. You're a pretty organized person. It's been a while since you've cleaned under there, but you don't see anyone.
Okay. I'll give out a feint just so if you're outside the room, you'll be able to hear maybe a little sound, but I'll say, is anyone there?
Silence answers you.
I'm going to move while looking under my desk, kind of make my way towards the desk as well. I want to check under there too to see if there's anyone
There's no
here.
one under the desk. Nope.
Okay. I'll shake my little dresser at the bottom of bed. I'm going to give that a shake to see if it's any heavier than it normally is.
It's not. It's its normal weight.
All right. Before I get to the pillow, I want to flip up my sheets as well. See if there's anyone under the sheets.
There's no one under the sheets.
I will go and I'll first take the note and I'll read the note.
It is a letter handwritten in a chicken scratch that's like the person is very competent, very articulate, but doesn't spend much time writing. But it's legible enough. It says, "Heard that you needed this. Learn to use it. Meet us at the rendezvous tomorrow night." And it's initialed P.
P? Could this be Pete? I lock my door immediately, the bedroom door.
Sure.
I'll take the gun and the 2 magazines as well. I'll put those in my dresser. I'll kind of tuck them away in the dresser.
Okay. So for inventory, you have 16 9mm bullets and a pistol.
Okay. I will load the gun. Actually, before I pack it away, I'm going to load the gun.
Okay.
I'm going to do a sweep of my house with this gun pointed out in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Just how I did my room, I'm checking any furniture that's in there underneath it, underneath sheets, beneath desks, any corner, inside the fireplaces, maybe someone's in the chimney.
Right.
I'm as thorough as I can be. Whenever I'm done with the room, I lock it behind me. I'm double checking every window. It's all locked if it's not already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving it no stone unturned.
The locking the rooms behind you is a really good touch because I was going to imagine a scenario where you do the sweep and then finish the living room and then think, wait, if I miss something, now I've got to do the whole upper floor again.
Yep.
So, okay, you're systematically doing that. Go ahead and make another awareness check. You could also do intellect. If you happen to have military as a skill, that would be appropriate here.
I don't. Could this count as investigating?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. 12.
There is no one in your room.
There's no one in my room.
I'm sorry, in your house. In your residence. You find nobody.
While being extremely cautious, I will make my way to bed, locking the door behind me, taking the chair that is at my desk, propping it up against the door for extra safety, closing my curtains, and keeping the gun. I'll keep the gun next to me, actually, while I go to bed. In reach, not like under my pillow. It's not going to go off in my sleep. I can get to it when I need to.
Make you make a luck check for accidental discharge.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's like over on your desk or something. Perfect. And the following day, I'm sure you're preoccupied mentally from this, but otherwise business as usual, checking at the Red Line Press, and then would you do as the letter says and go to the rendezvous on the following night?
Yeah, it's business as usual. Gregory's mind is very preoccupied. He's having all the conversations that he regularly would. It's just like he's not there. It's in one ear, out the other, thinking of something else while he's actively talking to other people. But he will make his way to the rendezvous.
Perfect. So as Nyx and Tristan are conferring in worried tones over at the bar in the center of Rhonda's rendezvous, Pete would clink a fork against the whiskey glass that he's been holding, and he'll say, "Everyone gathered here, we'll get to business in just a minute. We're just waiting on one more. As soon as the reporter shows up, we'll get started. In the meantime, as you all know, the ingots and the cobblers are once more at peace. And there's a few here's and a few drinks to that. Otherwise, people go back to their side conversations, waiting for a few more minutes. And after a short time, Gregory does appear.
Gregory, what the fuck? Where were you?
Gregory, you all right?
I'm okay.
We were worried.
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's okay.
You missed dinner last night. You didn't tell me you had family dinner.
I did slip my mind. We were knee-deep in research and the other knee-deep in wine.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, Tristan would know this. Remind me, the drink you got at the wedding the other night, it was like a gin and tonic or something like that.
Martini.
Martini, yes. So she'll be making you one and give it to you. On the house this time. Listen, I'm sure.
Thank you, Tristan. Sorry.
Yeah. You should talk to Dad. We can talk more after, but I know Pete has a lot I'm sure he's gonna say. I don't want to interfere with the big man, but
I'm sure he does have a lot he's gonna say.
Could I have an intuiting check from you since we just talked about that skill?
Now I roll good for a 24.
Wow. What did y'all talk about?
It's fitting because this is getting a read on Tristan. It's the sibling sense. Nyx would have picked up this a little bit, but not as strongly as Gregory does. Tristan is really emotionally distraught and trying to put on a brave face for whatever this is that's going on.
Hey,
But she's clearly been preoccupied all day.
hey, is everything okay? Were you that worried about me?
Not everything's about you, brother.
Wow, Gregory. Wow.
Really?
I know a lot's happened, you know. Nikki's gone now. You're supposed to go on that date. I mean, I've been.
Why would you say that right now?
What else? I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. You know, it's not just
I'm
me.
gonna go check on the food that's cooking in the kitchen downstairs. Here's your
Tristan-
martini.
Is this happening right by Geist and the rest of us?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yes.
Oh, just takes a drink.
Yeah, he'll let her go away. He's gonna give her some space for now.
After that whole blunder that was Gregory, Pete will clink on his glass again and he'll say, all right, looks like everyone is here. So an agreement's been reached. We're wheeling and dealing up in here. The Cobblers will get warehouse space, arms, and armaments from the ingots. And the ingots will get to use our docks and 2 of our barges. So boys, treat them nice if you see them. Ladies, treat them nice if you see them. They are our guests. They have access to the docks in the Cobbler's cause. Treat them as friends. And we have free capacity to walk and do business in ingot territory. They have the same rights in Cobbler territory. Protection rackets are maintained. No one is doing anything there. We have what we have. They have what they have. Now, I've spoken with Don Durrell here, and the ingots are to start a militant incursion into Moldaville. And the Cobblers, we are going to press our protection business into Belluton. This will no doubt agitate Molitor, should draw them out. While that's going on, I am personally putting together a more specialized team who helped initiate these conversations and this reconciliation between the Cobblers and the ingots. I have a special assignment for them. I want to make sure, well, my business is my business. Don Durrell, you do your business as you see fit. We'll exchange information as needed, but of course we don't need to know the innermost secrets of one another. Safer for everyone that we don't. Just know that this team will take special precautions to be sure that our other activities are met with indifference from any authorities who might otherwise be interested. So all of you seem stunned and silent. The ingots and the Cobblers are all cheering and drinking and like clinking glasses. They're having a good time. It should have been obvious, but Pete felt comfortable speaking freely on the ground floor. There is no one here that is not a Cobbler or an ingot. Or Rhonda's staff, which is ostensibly Cobbler. Now, drinks are on the Cobblers tonight. My specialized team, I would like a wood when you have a moment. Take a few minutes if you need, though. I will be upstairs.
I think he's talking about us.
Does he mean us?
No shit, he means us. Of course he means us.
Why does he mean us? When did we become a team? When did that? I thought that was a one-time thing.
Respectfully, my dear, look around. Do you think anybody else in here is very specialized?
Glasmild and Aurora are pelting Ruby with silver coins.
I thought I got all of those.
Can we go talk to Bungamet about them?
I'll deal with them.
She's going to...
Nia's gonna get up.
Oh, no.
Nia's gonna walk across the room.
It's not...
Mhm.
No.
Nia's gonna stab one of them in the shoulder.
Oh,
Whoa.
Rendo's following. Wait,
How do I do that?
Nia, wait, what are you doing?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. I was so close to a crit.
Did I at least nick her?
Well, you definitely caught her flat-footed. She's wearing leather armor, so there's no actual damage. But yeah, you make contact.
I just want to nick her. Excuse me. I seem to have left something in your shoulder there, and I'll yank it out.
No shit. You left something in my shoulder. Excuse me.
Respectfully.
Respect. What's respectful about that?
I'll ask you to treat our ladies with a bit more respect. Otherwise,
We're
you'll
just
have...
having a good time here.
Nobody's having a good time with you doing that. Nobody. So you can either leave, or you can treat them with some more respect, or you'll meet something a little bit sharper, and she'll just sort of like show that she's got her gun on her hip.
Yeah, there's so many ingots around that all are packing, and the closest ones will draw. And you'll hear a voice thunder through the room. What's going on here now? Lads, lasses.
Is that you, Bungamet?
No, this
Oh,
would
okay.
be Jurl. This is an older but no less sturdy-looking dwarf who will stomp his way over.
Ah, this looks like a gentleman with some class and dignity. Can you potentially deal with these folks that you've brought here? They're throwing things at our girls. We don't take kindly. That's not how we treat our people around here.
I see you may be made of softer stuff than us ingots, but we do need to respect that we're guests in this establishment. Glasmild, Norora. Little harsh with the silver. There's no reason in a world with paper currency to treat the dancers as such. Remember, they're not as hardy as we dwarves are. Now,
Excuse me.
I wouldn't butt into this one, Nyx.
also see your name, dear
Nia.
Nia.
Korhin, but by way of Truby here.
Ah, yes. Congratulations on the wedding, Nia.
Thank you.
You seem to have misplaced your knife in my companion's pauldron there.
I slipped. Surely like the coin out of her hand moments ago, yeah?
Oh, surely there was as little intent in one gesture as the other. You know, it seems there's some grievance here that needs to be aired. If the ingots and the cobblers are to work together in peace and trust, we should perhaps placate the situation now before it gets further out of hand. Now, the obvious request is don't go around stabbing me friends.
Happily. Happily to do that, good sir, and as you said, with peace and trust only can come from respect. And so I'll
Aye.
have your folks treating every one of our cobblers with respect. That includes our girls.
Oi, everyone. Paper money in this establishment only.
Thank you. Kindly.
Oi, we're not quite done here. Want to seal the deal. Norara there was the worst offender. Punch her in the face. She will respond in kind. Only then will the matter be settled.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or 5-finger fillet if you prefer.
What? I think she's gonna punch her.
It's better that than losing a finger.
There were blunt objects and sharp objects involved. Either one would be fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide because she's looking at this girl. It's like she's gonna wreck Nia's face if she punches her. Do I get any say about where she punches me?
Worried about your complexion, I see.
1 for 1. I'll hit her in the arm. She hits me in the arm.
Norara just goes, stomach.
Bet.
Right then, she'll get up out of her chair.
Nia had brothers. She's been punched in the stomach before.
She's probably been punched in the face before.
Probably. How does one punch someone in the stomach?
With
What a
with your
question.
fist, and then you,
Some momentum.
Yeah. Follow through.
It's a strength or dexterity attack roll.
I'm gonna go with Dex because she's a little better than that.
Yeah, and you make pretty good contact. You can roll for, well, you don't have an unarmed damage die, right?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. Then unarmed damage by default is 1 plus your strength.
1 plus my strength, so it is 1.
All right. I was pretty sure it was going to be 0, so nice. Norara takes a step back. This one's got spirit. You know, we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, but I do think that I might like you, might find a kindred spirit in you, and she'll thwack out mid-sentence.
Oh
The
yeah.
19 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 6 damage. 6 blunt
fair.
damage.
That's fair. Yeah, I think you're not half bad yourself. Appreciate you being in good humor about everything, and you know, we take care of our own.
I respect that. Boy, you. And she'll gesture to Ruby, who's hiding behind the stripper pole.
Poor Ruby. We didn't get this far in the training.
Ruby will reluctantly come over, and Norara will just hand Ruby 10 coin notes. And then she'll go back to Glasmild, and they'll go back to their own conversation. Ruby will, as quickly as she's able, exit with the money.
Shit, now there's no dancers.
Well, that one too bad.
Thanks, Nia. I get.
Oh, you're welcome.
Interesting choice of approach, but effective, I guess.
I think this collaboration is off to a splendid start.
Lady of action, as I think we all are supposed to be at this point. As she walks toward the bar. Oh.
You set something in motion, Nia, because the ingots and cobblers that still have grievances from past events are starting to do the same thing to clear the air. So
Punch each other.
there's punches in the face, there's punches in the stomach. Each of them are followed by shots or by chugging pints. So everyone is going to be in high spirits and black eyes come a couple hours from now.
Maybe we should go upstairs before we get punched.
Yeah, can Brendo do a quick scan to make sure that there's nobody here who's been kicked out of his establishment on, like, bad terms or something?
Can we go punch him?
Yeah.
Just to make sure that no one's going to come up to him and punch him.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and give me an awareness check.
Would perceiving apply?
It would.
I'm so glad, because that's an 8.
Yeah. No, you don't see anyone. I mean, it's possible, but you do know that it's only cobblers and ingots in this establishment. And, I mean, there have definitely been rabble-rousers from both at your bar in the past, but not offenders to the degree that you'd have to, like, ban them from the premises or anything.
Okay.
And even with just an 8, you would still notice that the dwarven bouncer over in the corner, who you know is not actually an ingot, he's on the cobbler side of the split, he's keeping an eye on everyone. He's willfully choosing not to get involved in any of the beatdowns going on right now. But if anything really gets out of hand, he's there.
Rendo's going to give him a knowing nod.
On their way upstairs, Nyx will pick up whatever Lorm's favorite drink is and just swing wide to just put it in front of him. Good luck.
Thanks, Nyx. It's gonna be a long night. I think it'll be a fun one, though. Just watching this is
Yeah, don't
this
get
beautiful
caught in the
chaos.
middle.
Oh, did you see that over there?
No, and I don't want to.
Lorm is definitely just kind of a straight shooter, Old West bouncer guy. Like, I imagine his drink of choice would be an ale and a shot of whiskey dropped in it. Just very straightforward.
Yep. She'll give him that, pat him on the cheek. Shall we go? Before this turns into a brawl and we get caught in the middle of it.
Yes, please.
Or do you have somebody else you want to stab, Nia?
No, nobody else to
All right.
stab for me. As she would be walking past Rindo, she might say something snarky to the effect of, shouldn't you have been the one taking the shots, or should I let my mother know you're letting me getting punched?
No, I didn't know you were going to do that, miss.
just playing with you. And she'd give him a little smack too and keep walking.
Am I supposed to smack her back?
No.
No.
Well, Pete will be waiting for you upstairs with a bottle and some glasses and an empty room where you can all speak freely, just you all and Pete. And he's massaging his temple as you walk up the stairs. He composes himself as he sees you and says, I'm good at reading people. That's how I got to where I am. That's how I got the cobblers to where they are. I've got to say, I have no bloody idea which one of you is responsible for the raucous noise going on downstairs.
I believe that's Rindo.
All right. I ain't got nothing smart to say to that.
Sometimes that's the smartest move, Rindo.
Well, no matter. The alliance is intact, right? I imagine I'd be hearing gunshots if it wasn't.
I think it's stronger than ever. Bonds are really being made and old chains broken. Something feels poetic. I don't know, but it's a good thing.
All right, very well. Well, sit down, please. Each of you, I do appreciate, despite it's so hard to think with all of them going down. Can you all shut up? His voice has no effect. No one can hear him. All right, I thank you all for getting us this far. As chaotic as whatever that is, we need it if we're going to take on Mulator, if we're going to avenge Nikki. I got you some additional assets, and I have some very specific requests for you all to handle. I've spoken with, obviously, my brothers and with Nia and Rendo as we've been trying to assess the best way to proceed. Nira, I've also spoken with a mutual friend, and there are things I know now that would have changed what I asked of you previously, and for that, well, I wish I knew what I knew now.
Apology accepted.
So first, I got you a car. It's not a very nice one, but it's a car.
No, apology taken back.
You can... Look, Nia asked for a car.
Why?
I did what any in-law would do.
Not
You
all
have a
of
car.
us have legs that are 18 feet long, okay? Some of us need a little extra assistance getting about town.
Can we get you like a backpack to go in or something?
Can't Rendo do that?
I mean, I wasn't going to say it. I was just suggesting it.
I think someone's walking towards a stabbing. I'd be careful.
Rendo is uncomfortably clenching his fists and just staring at the ground.
It's Ratatouille with Rendo and Nia.
Yes.
Punch him.
Now, one caveat with the car, just don't drive it in Prosperity Heights, Bluffstone Heights, or Capitol Hill, and you'll be totally fine.
Do any of you know how to drive?
Sheldon said he was going to teach me.
I took lessons. I never passed my test though.
Great.
Good enough for me. I
That's
didn't either.
basically a licensed driver.
I think I have some basic books on the subject, although you can't learn everything from a book.
Cool.
It's really not that difficult. After you do it a few times, you'll be able to fire your gun while you're driving it.
Yes.
So, I would like for each of you to set up shop in Rendo's bar. This is going to be a
Excuse me?
multi-week operation.
You have a bar?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that before? Me and Gregory would have went there the other night.
Wow, that's
I
interesting. Someone fails
didn't
to
know.
mention their establishment and you start asking questions.
Well, yeah, Rendo didn't just come up and say, "Hi, I'm Rendo, I own a bar." But I feel like by now it should have come up in conversation.
No
I
winning.
didn't know you guys were looking for somewhere to go. It's come up now.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're going there. Sorry, Pete, continue.
It's quite all right. It doesn't matter to me the order in which you achieve the steps on this agenda to an extent. I mean, there's some items that necessitate having succeeded at other items first. But all that I ask of you, of this group here, is that you achieve these 5 things. And I'll write down I'll write down something that will jog your memory if you forget it, but I'm not going to put any of this specifically to paper. We need the Dirge Police Department on our side. Bribe, extort, threaten, it doesn't matter. Just make sure they're on our side when it matters. This is probably the highest priority just because we need the capacity to send them away from Turner's Toast when it's time for us to go in and take it back. So that's one, Dirge Police Department. Second is finding informants in Mire Depths and Belluton to report back to you. Make sure that they are reliable informants. And Geist understands what I mean. I think you all do. Though I will say we have standards. No kidnapping. But the informants don't have to know that you won't kidnap.
Understood.
Start up protection rackets in the area, as the rest of the Cobblers will be doing in Belluton. Start doing that in Mire Depths as well. That'll really get under Militor's skin, I'm sure. And it will probably also agitate the Dirge Police Department, because they're no doubt doing the same thing. So perhaps go slower on the racketeering, wait and make sure that Dirge Police Department is properly dealt with, under control, before fully enacting this step. Or at least that you have allies that will assist you within the guys in grey. The last 2, I am aware that I'm asking quite a lot and that these might be rather dangerous. They're also very important, which is why I'm trusting you all with them, and not, for example, Bill. Love him to death. He's my brother. Love him to death. But we need someone inside Molitor, or several someones, to become informants for Molitor, to give them the information that we want Molitor to get. And we need to find out what poisoned Nikki, because it certainly will come up again. Any questions?
A lot, but none that feel relevant right now.
It's quite the list. Much to accomplish.
Remind me, is Rhonda's just a club, or are there like areas for extracurricular activities that folks could pay for as well upstairs?
Yeah, there are overnight rooms with courtesans.
Got it. How many of the Dirge police do you see, or would you say you see, come through here pretty regularly to stay upstairs?
Yeah, Nyx would know that it's not an uncommon occurrence.
Okay.
Enough.
Are there any girls that are like regular favorites? I'm only asking because that to me is a built-in source of information and at the very least some goodwill toward the Dirge police.
At the very least, yes. I mean, again, that's the purpose of the unerring spheres hidden throughout the various rooms as well.
Perfect. Can we guarantee that maybe we have like a handful, or at least, I don't want to say all of them because, you can't necessarily trust all of them when things start getting hairy, but are there maybe a few that would be good to sort of not necessarily give them all the details, but let them a little bit on the know so they know to be maybe encouraging certain conversations behind closed doors?
There's not that many of us, Nia.
Oh, I don't know what your establishment is like. I've not frequented it. Not trying to be presumptuous and assume that it was poorly staffed.
Hey, listen, if we need, I can easily do that. Also, Chastity, I know, has a relationship with a couple of them. I believe Rocky actually might know a few as well. So I can speak. I'd rather keep Ruby out of this. She's dealt with enough and she's far too great.
So Chastity and Rocky are our two. We can let them know kind of that we need some extra help and assistance with any police that come through, even if it's just making them feel extra comfortable. We want the police to associate us with good. They're a good lot. They're a good bunch.
Very good, yes. Now, it goes without saying, but occupying Rindo's bar and having each of you around there on a regular basis will allow you to gather a great variety of rumors, also allow you to plant the rumors that you want to be spread around the neighborhood, if done correctly.
Rendo, do you have a lot of them attending your bar?
I mean, a fair enough amount. Most of my patrons tend to look a bit more like me, so...
I mean, you could be a police officer if you wanted to. That doesn't mean much.
Yeah. Those on the police force that are more comfortable with folks that look like me do tend to come around a bit.
All right, well, we can use them to filter to Rondo's if we need to. That's an easy job for me.
Very good. And having Rindo's bar, I mean, given that it's located in Mire Depths itself, just makes it an excellent focal point for our expansion, or for rather the shrinking of Molitor's territory over the coming days and weeks. Well, great planning session. Now, one other point that I'd like to offer to each of you, especially to Nia and to Geist. When it's time to hit Turner's Toast, if you want in, I'll cut you in on the action. We just need DPD to be clear of the area first.
I would very much like that. As I believe you're likely aware, I have history with this organization. I'll do my best to ensure I leave that at the door, but when this comes to a close, I want to be there.
Very good.
I too want to be there for Nikki.
I don't want to be stepping on no toes, crossing no bounds, but I would like to have a part in that as well.
Thank you all.
Don't look at me.
Believe me, I wasn't.
Whoa.
What do we know of Arya, her movements, her habits, her whereabouts? Does she stay in Turner's Toast the whole time, or full time? Does she maintain other areas of interest in the city? Do we know anything?
Do I know anything?
You can all make intellect checks. I don't think any of you will know anything. It's going to be a very high DC.
History?
History's fine.
I'm going to roll just because.
Okay.
It's an 8.
Okay, history.
It's a 14 for Geist. Ooh.
20 for Gregory.
4 for Nia.
Rendo got a 6.
All right. Even with Gregory's 20, I don't believe you would know anything about Arya specifically. in the recent days at the Red Line Press and at the library, you would be more acquainted with some information about Molitor in general, both historically and their more recent activity in the city. You would know more than the average person, but less than perhaps Geist or Rindo about like their most recent specifics in the city. You know that they occupy Sootstain Depths, Molderville, Bellowton, Mire Depths, basically the entire far west of Dirge, and that it's likely that they have influence in the east of Dirge as well, especially the wealthy areas. While they may not be there themselves, they definitely have leverage on people that do.
While I personally do not have much additional information on Arya, I have some confidants I could place outside of Turner's Toast to keep eyes on the establishment, to keep tabs on their comings and goings.
Splendid.
Well, this is great. So, police first, I think, is what it sounds like. You're all just staring at me.
It sounds like you have police well in hand.
I feel as though we should get regularly established at your establishment, Rindo, so it is not strange or out of the normal whenever we arrive in mass.
Like, do we want to move things over there now? I can show you guys around.
Do I have the night off, Pete?
Yes, you... While keeping up appearances is important, I will rely on the other dancers. When you wish, you have a place at Rhonda's.
Choose my own hours. Oh, this is great.
You effectively, you may choose your own hours, provided that you're supporting Rindo and the greater objectives here.
Of course. Gotta have that little asterisk.
Of course.
So, Dorendos, I guess? Do we have to take a car?
You can walk. We can all walk. We can be a little friend posse down the street all together, linked arms.
Didn't go terribly well for us last time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know what happened the last time we all walked together?
And this is why I asked for a car to begin with, and everybody is not. Yes, sorry.
Pete, can I talk to you real quick before we go?
Of course.
Privately.
Of course. He's standing to move to one side of the room.
I was just hoping you were going to kick everybody out. She will follow, and when she's out of earshot. So you talked to Tony.
I did.
You know everything.
I do.
I don't want them to know.
Very well.
Until I have to.
Tony did right by telling me. Aside from you, me, and Tony, it's your secret to tell.
Thank you. Now laugh or something. No, you don't laugh. I'll laugh. Thanks, Pete. I appreciate that.
He smiles and his eyebrow twitches. That's the closest he's come to laughing.
Oh. One of these times you're going to laugh,
Looks like
Pete.
it hurts.
Yeah. It's painful.
Yes.
And she'll just go back to the group. Shall we be off?
I think it's about that time.
Yep, now's as good a time as any.
All right, as you head back downstairs, you would see Tristan at the bar tending drinks, refilling drinks. You would see people putting wet cloths on their faces to try to bring the swelling down. Seems that the rabble-rousing has died down and they've moved on to dice and other gambling games. It looks like there is a little five-finger fillet going on, but most people are battered up enough that they're good being just calming down at this point. Would any of you have any final conversations with anyone in the room before departing?
Yeah, I'll see Tristan. I'll make my way to her. Look, it's okay if you don't want to talk, but can you tell me what's going on?
She'll jerk her head for you to come a little ways away from the rest of the party.
All right.
Gregory, well, first, you're okay, right? Like, I was worried that you didn't show up. That's not why I'm so distraught, but you also seem out of sorts.
Yeah, I'm okay, yes. Out of sorts would be a very good way of putting it, but yes, I'm okay right now.
All right. Well, so dinner, Dad, we've wanted him out of the mines forever, but it's finally caught up with him. He has tuberculosis.
Oh, you're joking.
Do I look like I'm joking, Gregory?
He sees her eyes welling up with tears and his start to well up as well, and he just kind of reaches his hands across the counter to grab hers as well. You know, this is why I've been doing what I do and working so hard to get him out of there. Him and Mom better lives. And now this?
I know. I mean, they caught it early. I mean, they went to Montavia Hospital just 2 days ago to check in on it. So, I mean, that's how we know. But, I mean, their healthcare is not the greatest. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to be picking up extra shifts here to try to help out with it. Just something, yeah, you need to know. I don't know. It wasn't any easier last night hearing it from Dad, and the way Mom kept trying to put on a brave face.
Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry you had to get that news just alone. I should have been there. I wish I was. Tristan, I'm sorry. There's been a lot going on, and I haven't been very present, and now this, and I don't know what to do, Tristan.
Yeah, she squeezes your hand. I don't either, Gregory. I know. Well, the usual time next week. Hopefully we'll see you at dinner. But I mean, tuberculosis, it's treatable, and it's usually fairly slow to progress, right? I mean, Mr. Ravano, the former president, like, he recovered, so it can happen.
Right. I mean, we don't necessarily have the president's resources, but, you did say he was caught early, and he is taking time off right now, right?
She's silent.
Tristan, he's taking time off, right?
You need to talk to him, Gregory.
The drink that's in front of him, he just knocks it over, just out of just pure anger.
Tristan just throws her hands.
He can't be doing this to himself. It's been, he's worked this hard his whole life, and now it's catching up to him, and he can't even take a break.
You're telling me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tristan. He'll start to wipe up the counter with whatever he can nearby. I'm sorry. You don't deserve that. None of us deserve anything that's happening to us right now.
I mean, maybe I should get up there and get some silver coins pelted at me. Might help.
And I think they're doing paper now, but you better not. I already have enough problem with you bartending here. Seeing you dance, too much for you to be dancing
You're
here.
in here all the time. It's not a bad establishment. Look, all right, I'll stick behind the bar. I'll stick behind the bar in the kitchen, tending the bar, cleaning the drinks, cleaning the cups, pouring the drinks. Talk to Dad. First chance you get.
I will. Everything's gonna be okay. I'll give her a big hug, just as big as he can from across the counter.
As you can over a bar, right?
And he'll wipe his eyes and make his way back to the group.
Thanks, Gregory.
Thank you, Tristan.
Smash cut to Nia and Rendo laughing over some comment that guys made at Nyx's expense.
I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh, but it's funny.
I really don't appreciate it yet. Gregory, are you
I was
okay?
simply trying to break the mood. It seemed like something was happening. Oh, Gregory.
Oh, yeah, it's just, lemon juice, squirted right in my eye.
Is that what caused the drink to be hit and fly across the...
It was a involuntary reaction. Lemon juice in the eye, muscle spasm,
I've
the
heard
whole
of this,
thing.
yes.
Right. Not very pleasant.
Dangerous.
You guys should get something for those. Cutting them by hand seems a little, lemon juice in the eye.
Sounds dangerous. You're right. I think they should look into it.
That's not my job.
Yeah, you got a promotion. He'll give her a little nudge. Like a very sad, nervous nudge.
I don't know if I should laugh or not. Should we go? I should probably get changed, actually, thinking about it. I was just dancing.
Oh, Nyx, you had stopped by my shop the other day. You had collected something that's part of a set. I wanted to let you know that I have found the other items. If you wanted to bring those along, I'd be more than happy to share them with you in a full set.
Are you asking me to accessorize, Geist?
Well, yes, maybe.
For you, of course. Nyx will run up and change and get the 3 thorns from the earring and put them on, and then come back downstairs.
So proceeding to Rendo's bar, by foot or by car?
The real questions.
Whatever the party prefers. Nia will follow, maybe just a little ways behind.
I mean, you can try, but Rendo's gonna walk behind you.
I don't think Nyx is interested in taking the automobile, so I say we walk.
It's a nice night out, right? It's not like pouring rain outside.
I would ask for a luck check, but then you would ask for fortuity and roll high, so yeah, it's a nice night.
It's a beautiful night outside.
How does it feel, Nathan?
Nathan is metagaming his own game.
I feel like there's a past name, Hildegard.
Right.
It's on the wind.
So it's a nice night out. I am gonna have someone make some kind of roll here real quick. Let's let the dice decide who is gonna get the
Oh no.
fun here. Roll a d5. That's gonna be Mal. Can you please roll 2d8?
Oh, 2d8?
So it's just a random encounter roll.
Okay.
Yeah, Just a random encounter roll.
Just a random encounter
Fine.
roll.
So simple.
12.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I think it's okay. So you're all walking along. Now, marching order, Nia said she was in the back. Rindo said actually he was in the back. How do you know where to go? Who's leading the way to
I only
Rindo's
meant
shop?
like a few steps behind. Just like a few steps behind because she naturally cannot keep pace with them. She's not like
I see.
Oh, okay.
I
30
see.
feet
Okay.
behind or anything like
Well,
that.
I find it hard to imagine that Geist doesn't know where their sometimes roommate's bar is.
Fair. Okay.
I think Rendo would be then up towards the front a little bit, and he'll try to set a pace that's a bit slower than our last walk, just so Nia's not like jogging to keep up with us.
Okay.
Nix will actually be in the back with Gregory. Like
Thank
he tried
you.
last time.
I was gonna say Gregory is as far back as he can get, desperately trying to get Nix in the back
When
with him.
everyone's in the back, no one's in the back.
So I said as far back as he can be.
Yeah, Nix will be wherever Gregory is this time.
Oh my
Thank
God,
you.
We're in a line walking wide.
Right.
Right.
Nia said all link arms.
A group approaches us on the street, snapping their fingers.
boy.
We are heading to the west side. Ooh.
Easy boy.
I can't.
As you are making your way westward to Rindo's bar, there would be a police foot patrol that flags you down. Doesn't seem overtly hostile, just one of them waves at you all to stop for a moment, then make their way over, if you are amicable to actually stopping.
How can we be of service?
The lead cop, it looks like it's a veteran and a rookie, just walking the streets together. So the veteran cop will step forward. He's a dark-skinned human with a bushy, huge mustache, and he's wearing his cap. So it's hard to make out his features because it's late at night and the street lamps are casting a shadow on his face, but you can still see the magnificent mustache. And he says, yes, I was just wondering, did any of you happen to see a fellow yellow-skinned circle of horns on his head, fiend-blood fellow, long tail? We have reason to suspect that he's a person of interest in a matter for the department.
What did he do? Are we in danger?
Nothing violent. No, I think that. Well, yeah. All right. Yeah, sir. I want you to feel safe. No, we have reason to suspect he's been a shoplifter. Again, nothing violent, just something we need to take care of.
The streets are just going to the dogs, and you lot are the only ones keeping us safe, officer. I hope you know we are so grateful for all that you do for us, truly, in these dark times.
Appreciate it. Really. I don't think it's too dark. I don't think it's anything too unusual. Shoplifting happens, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
No, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't
It
happen.
should not.
Well,
It
of
does
course
sometimes.
it shouldn't.
You have, standing here before you have, and she's going to point to Geist, honest shopkeeping folk whose lot will be destroyed if
Humble
it continues to happen. And you are the
Thank
ones
you for your
trying
service.
to keep us all safe and protected. You sell yourself short, officer. I commend you.
Y'all are laying it on mighty thick there. Do I need to be questioning you for anything?
We just
I'm
came
sure I
from
don't. I'm
Rhonda's.
sure I
I
don't.
apologize.
Yeah, just
I
doing a
see.
bit
In
of,
the mood then, right?
what do they, bar hopping? Is that what people call it?
Lubrication.
I have heard that phrase, yes.
We're just on our way to my establishment.
You should come with us.
Another
Oh,
shopkeeper.
you're working. Sorry.
Well, what direction are
We
you?
have to get
I
off
mean, we're
sometime.
just headed.
Yeah, it's called New Lease. It's just a fabric sign at the moment. Haven't gotten anything fancy. But it's a bar. You're more than
I'm
welcome.
familiar with. I know the place you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought you looked a little bit familiar. And any patron of the New Lease is always more than welcome over at Rhonda's as well. They've got dancing. Sometimes they're singing.
Lovely. Now, so none of you have seen this individual I was asking about?
Yeah, I'll keep my eyes peeled there.
No.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
think so.
Very well.
no.
And you, the other shopkeeper mentioned here, what was your establishment?
Ah, yes.
We can just do an extra sweep if you want. Make sure the locks are secure and everything with shoplifters and burglars on the
Well,
on
that
the
sounds
prowl.
remarkably helpful, yes. My establishment is the Whispering Winds, not terribly far away over in Greenbanks.
Oh, the Whispering Winds. He'll turn to his companion. Isn't that where Ernest Walker dropped off his uncle's supply a couple days ago?
You know Ernest. Yes, indeed.
Well, keep your eyes peeled for any, well, not any yellow-skinned fiend blood. I'm sure there's quite a few in Dirge, as big as it is, but specifically the crown of horns. That's a distinguishing characteristic.
Okay, crown of
The
horns.
long
Got
tail.
it. Is he nice? Is he mean? Do you have any other descriptions? Do you have like? Is he going to yell at us? Is he going to be overly
Well,
polite? Have you ever talked to
Sounds
this fellow?
horrid. Shoplifter.
In my experience, shoplifters are usually pretty smooth talkers, and they tend not to be
Alright.
too violent, so you shouldn't be too
That's
worried
good.
for your safety. But if a smooth-talking, long-tailed, crown of horns, yellow-skinned fiend blood starts smooth-talking you, hold on to your purse, your wallet,
Your valuables.
extra
yes.
tight just in case he's also a pickpocket. Shoplifting,
Alright.
pickpocketing.
Absolutely. Thank you. See you later at the bar, right? After shift, you're going to come hang out with us?
I hope
You seem
so.
really
I hope
nice.
so.
Awesome.
You look familiar.
Probably. Ronda's. I work at Ronda's. Have you been to Ronda's?
Not personally, no.
Rookie, have you been to Ronda's? You look like you've been to Ronda's.
The rookie is like trying not to answer, but he's like, yeah, I've been around this.
I don't know where else. That's primarily where I am. Maybe just walk. I mean, I've lived here for a long time.
Were you in northern Greenbanks yesterday, by any chance?
I was. Yes. On my way to this
Yeah.
train station.
Yeah, you were at the crime scene.
Oh, you one of the ones looking at whatever that was. I stayed away in the crowd. I think there was a body. Was there a body? Is this involved with the yellow skin fellow?
I have no reason to believe they're connected.
that's
Dirge is a big
good.
city, lots of crime.
You know, they say shoplifting is a gateway crime.
That's what they say.
Oh, yes, the mustache. You were, like, in the middle of it. Did you catch them? Or is that something we have to worry about?
That's official police business.
You can't tell me if I should be worried?
The police do everything in our power to keep
You're going to
people like
protect
you
us.
safe.
All right.
Yes,
Well, thank you.
of course. And at the Whispering Winds or at New Lease, anywhere, even at Rhonda's, if you get wind of shoplifting, just let Dirge Police Department know. Give Officer McMurray a ring. That's me. I'll come around, make sure everything's all right.
It's nice to officially meet you, Mr. McMurray.
And thank you for the extra patrols of my shop. It is greatly appreciated.
Oh, our pleasure.
See you in a bit.
They'll make their way away. You can continue on your way to New Lease.
Nix will just nudge Gregory. McMurray.
Oh,
Paper cut
Murray.
projects.
Yeah.
Nathan, I was going to ask this before you confirmed, but I'm still going to ask just for rabble rousing. Were those the two very same individuals that Geist observed while he was remote viewing Nyx on their way to the train station?
McMurray was the same, yeah. He was the lead investigator in that crime scene. The rookie looks unfamiliar. It looks like McMurray is like a
Sergeant?
Deputy.
Lieutenants.
sergeant, yeah. So, it looks like he's in charge of training up some officers, and so he's going to be at different scenes helping bring up the new recruits.
Cool. Thank you.
You are able to make your way to the New Lease without further incident. Although if in the back, if the Peanut Gallery wants to have a moment, then please do.
Absolutely. So when we're walking out, just pull Nix to me and be like, what the fuck have we gotten ourselves into?
I don't know, and I've just learned to accept it. We're in the middle of this now, and we're going to be doing things, and she will reference up to her earring, and she'll just be like, we're going to be, having a good time, hanging out, getting to know people.
Having a good time hanging out. What's been a good time? Which part?
I don't know, the drinking, the dancing, definitely not having coins thrown at my wounds, but everything else has been fine, Gregory. It's been fine, and it's been enjoyable.
Has it been fine? You enjoyed getting shot at? You enjoyed all of that? That was fine and fun?
No, Gregory. It was not. Listen, we should talk about this later. Please, later. Me and you.
We should
You look
talk
like you
about.
could.
We should talk about this later. He'll open up his trench coat and show there's a gun in there.
What? Which? I just.
Close it again. We should talk later. What part of this has been fun? Like I said.
Was it because you got that book? That was a very quick turnaround.
What?
Where did you get that? How did you get that?
We will talk later, as you requested.
I hate you a little bit right now. Yes. But when it's loud, I have to ditch these earrings at Guy's shop. And then we can talk.
Yes. Good. We need to. There's
Fuck, do you have
too much to say.
At least it's not a
I
better
don't know. I don't know.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine.
All right. Around this time, you all reach New Lease. So Geist and Rindo would be in the lead. Nia close at hand with Rindo based on the pace that Rindo has set, and then Nyx and Gregory bringing up the rear. The New Lease, forgive me, Mal, we may have spoken about this, and I can't quite remember the arrangement. I know that you don't technically own the bar, that you run it, but that there's an older, like, semi-retiree who owns the property itself. When you are not at the New Lease, are there other staff or other people who share the lease that run their own business out of it?
For that, I was going off of the profession in the rulebook where it says comes with 3 reliable employees who can operate it without your presence.
Perfect. Okay. So the New Lease is open. It's late at night on a weeknight, so it's past the crowded time, but there would be some clientele here as you're all walking up, along with at least one of the 3 employees that work the place while you're gone.
Right, well, everyone, welcome in. Can I get you all something to drink?
This is a remarkably fine establishment you have here, Rindo. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Well, you know, you told me I had a new lease on life and went walking down streets one day and this place is literally called New Lease, so...
Right, I see you took that straight to your core. I like it, though. It's thematically appropriate.
Yeah, I'm trying to do better, be better.
Well, do you have any specials? What's unique at your establishment, Rindo?
You know, I think I'll have a shot. Oh, the word shot makes Gregory have like a little flashback. He goes, do you have any small glasses we can put hard alcohol in?
Gregory, are you referring to shot glasses?
Those ones. Yes, thank you.
What? Yeah, sort of every glass is small to me, but we've got some smaller ones I can pour a little bit of, not gonna say the word another time for you.
Appreciate it.
As far as drinks go, we've got, new one I've been trying to work on. It's called the Tiny Bear. I forgot how to spell beer, so it just sort of stuck. I can get you one if you like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How many? Who else wants one?
Hey, I'll take a Tiny Bear. Stuff's great. One of the cops seated up at the bar is gonna jump in on the conversation.
All right. He will go back behind the bar for a moment and prepare a few drinks and come back out with a tray. And they're teeny little, those glasses that look like mugs, but they're shot glass size. Sorry, Gregory. And it is a very like thick malted beer with a little bit of like a cream foam on the top of it.
Nice.
So, here you go. Several tiny bears.
These look wonderful, Rindo. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers to that.
So, as the clientele begin to trickle out of the bar and you have more and more of the space to yourself, I'd like to first see to the basic sleeping arrangements. Like, I imagine Rindo would give a quick tour of the upstairs and the basement as well. Second, I'd like to ask for kind of a specific game plan that the 5 of you would like to put together for what the goal is in Mire Depths.
I'm going to be so honest, I was a little distracted trying to get into my own establishment. I kept running into walls. I kept thinking that something was a door and that it wouldn't let me
There's
go
a lot
through.
of natural lighting. Yeah, a lot of windows.
Rindo, are you clipping through that wall over there?
it usually lets me through. I don't know what's wrong.
On the handrail behind you, one of the cops is stuck at a horizontal angle.
There's somebody riding a horse up a mountain for some reason.
I'm so sorry.
So, would Rindo willingly do a quick tour of the establishment for the party that's staying overnight?
Yeah. In my head, there is an upstairs kind of, but it's more for storage than anything else, which is why Rendo has stayed with Geist. He doesn't have ownership of the flat, I suppose, that would normally be above the establishment.
Right. Yeah, so there is a flat upstairs, but Rendo not having ownership of it, there's a little bit more seating that's open to the public, and when it's late and when the crowds are smaller, you'd be able to cordon that area off for just, like, you all. It is tricky because it blends into the living space of the person who actually, like, rents the flat there, but you've also got the basement, which has more storage space and space to roll out bedrolls and whatnot.
I'm sorry it's not more roomy. That's sort of why I have lived with Geist the past couple years. We can roll out some bed mats, get some candles down here for some lighting.
Oh, we're sleeping
Doesn't get
here.
too cold.
Okay.
I mean, I thought we were.
I think it's splendid, Rendo. I'm still very proud of you. It doesn't matter how large it is. You're out on your own.
Thanks. Never had guests before.
So are all of you, I guess Pete implied but didn't outright say, like, this is your home now. Are all of you amenable to that, or are any of you gonna be like, all right, it was great seeing you, I'm gonna go back to my place under the railroad tracks?
Gregory doesn't want to go home right now.
Geist is fine.
Nyx does not want to stay here. But she's not going to walk back on her own.
Oh, it'll be fun, Nyx. It'll be like a sleepover when you were a girl. Didn't you ever do that?
No.
Okay, well, there's a first time for everything.
There you go, Nia. That's the right attitude.
It will be great. I'm sure.
Well, we could take this time to better get to know each other.
It's my first time having a sleepover, too.
It's your sleepover too, Rendo. Great.
Rendo, you lived with me for years.
I know, but this... Is this not
All
different?
those nights we stayed up, gabbing. Did that mean nothing to you?
I didn't know that counted as a sleepover.
Well, I guess it was by requirement, so maybe this is special. Apologies.
Feels different to me, because now it's at my place, not yours.
You tell him, Rendo.
Well put, Rendo. I withdraw my statement.
Great. We'll get drunk. We'll play games. It will be a proper sleepover. Should we discuss
So you have
what we're...
been to one?
No, but I've heard stories. Shall we discuss? Are we just going to hang out? Are we going to decompress?
I wouldn't mind getting to business, coming up with a plan, though I think it might be better if we all, again, we have our day attire on. We're bedding down for the evening. There's no reason for such fancy accessories.
Yes, that's why I asked. Rendo, do you have, like, a bottle of something that you're willing to give me? Any kind of alcohol, whatever one you care the least about.
Alcohol.
It could be anything,
Yeah,
really.
I'll go find something, and he'll go back out to the bar area to try to find a bottle. It's under the counter.
Whatever Rendo brings back, Nyx will open it and just plink, plink, plink the 3 earrings into the bottle and cork it back up and hand it to Geist,
What
as you
was-
requested.
It's quite a nice
Thank you very
bottle
much.
of wine.
I said one that you didn't care about. I specifically said that in the request.
I mean, I don't care about it.
Oh, okay. Well, we can still drink it later. It's just earrings. Right, Geist?
Right. Just earrings.
Is that a normal thing to do with earrings?
You've never
What
had to
when-
wash your jewelry? They get dirty from time to time. Put it in some type of high concentrate alcohol, clears up some of the grime.
Yeah, it actually cleans them quite nicely, makes them nice and shiny.
I'm learning so much with you guys.
Do you have jewelry, Rendo? Do we need to get you some?
I mean, I've got this, and he has a septum, a closed ring in his nose.
I have one too.
Oh yeah, never thought about cleaning it. Honestly, never taken it out before.
Well, you can get other accessories, you can get different ones. We'll bring you out, right, Nia?
Absolutely. Nia may or may not be coming down a little bit from the cocaine, and she's starting to question a lot of the choices that she has made tonight in the quiet darkness of this basement.
There's a blossoming ache in her stomach.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Big time. That walk was a long walk for her. So yeah. Yeah, that sounds great. We'll get Rendo some accessories.
Rendo, I think you'd look great.
Gregory, are you going to make yourself at home, or are you going to leave that trench coat on all evening?
I'll use it as a pillow.
On your body?
Very well.
Well, when I go to sleep, it's keeping me warm. It's chilly down here.
I think they call those blankets, Gregory.
I think you mean to say blanket.
No, I'll roll it up and use it as a pillow, you guys.
We could now. Should we plan? Yeah, take off your coat.
should plan.
Everybody,
What do you have? I can't just. What do you have? You got something around here? I'm gonna go dig it around to find some pajamas.
Where are your pajamas?
What do you have for me? Something in my size?
You're welcome to look. Probably not going to find clothes. Sorry.
Make a luck check.
maybe a potato sack.
There you go.
Oh, hell
there you
yes.
go.
It's a 15.
Nice.
You find a nice apron.
There you are, Gregory. Nighty night.
A little bit breezy in the back, I imagine, but it looks good on you from the front.
I mean, it's an option.
I have the apron in my hand and I go, all right, whatever.
Oh, you did find clothes. Didn't know we had those back here.
You call this clothes? You put it on. I'll throw it towards Rendo.
All right. Try to fit his head through the the hole. It kind of just gets stuck on a horn. It's like, I don't think this is my size.
Well, I have no follow-up from that.
Says Gregory.
And we're the special team that's meant to do great things.
The elite force, in fact, yes.
Halfway across the city, Pete is developing a headache.
Sorry, Pete. Sorry.
Well, has everyone had dinner? I'm not the best cook, but I could borrow Geist. We could make some food. Anyone's hungry?
No, it's better to plan on a full stomach. That way, we're here, collected. I'd be more than happy to whip something up with your assistance, Rendo.
Yeah, give folks a bit more time to decompress down here a bit.
Especially Nia.
Actively smoking a cigarette, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So over some hearty stew, there's this last opportunity to strategize before turning in for the night and then just seeing what the next day brings.
Right, well, we have 5 things on our list. Obviously, the cops should be first.
Aye.
Getting the police force on our side is important, but I fear it is going to be a measured approach. This will take time to get them to fall into our web, so to speak. I think we should put some intentional focus on tracking down Arya, learning more about their travel patterns, and also trying to figure out that specific poison. I think the more information we have, the better. I'm not saying to put off the other pieces, but I'd like to put some intentional focus on that research sooner rather than later. I want to be prepared next time we come across that.
I mean, Pete said that he wanted some of us to be in Molotov. Did he not?
Yes, about that.
He
I will
did.
be less than helpful in that regard.
All right, Geist is out.
Do you think they'll really buy me having just
No.
married into the family? Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
Can you lie?
I mean, yeah.
You are Severs.
Yeah. It could be certainly.
You don't have the best reputation. Would it be too much of a stretch to say that you are betraying the Cobblers?
Could be. Could certainly be an angle. I'm not against it per se.
I will
there any
say it's
better
so
ones?
remarkable a risk to take that they might not anticipate that being the ruse.
It's fair.
You've
Just
got
an option.
me too. I can go with you.
Lorenzo, do you think that's wise? I'm not telling you no, but I worry. Same reason I worry.
I know, it's a risk, but so is any of us going, and at least I've been there before.
Insider knowledge always helps.
Absolutely. Well, sounds like it's been a bit decided for me.
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I easily could.
Would it be any better or worse? I think whoever goes, it needs to be our best shot.
If Rendo is going to go, you going alongside Rendo would be more believable.
Certainly. That's fair. Right. I was going to ask Nathan, with regards to Arya, how old roughly was she?
20, 21.
Ooh, okay. Never mind.
Can you hold your temper long enough if you go under? I mean, it fits a little bit with Molitor, but I worry.
Yes, I've had, we'll say enough cotillion that I can hold my temper as long as I need to. Just remember that. If ever I lose it, you know I couldn't hold it any longer.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like Nia and Rendo will take infiltrating Molitor, or at least getting closer. That should theoretically bring about the answer to the poison, if you play it correctly.
Aye.
Speaking of the police force, I couldn't help but notice a couple agents of law enforcement upstairs as we entered. Seems we have connections on both fronts, Rhonda's as well as here. How hard do we wish to press that? It's tough to know exactly where their loyalties lie, and if we push too hard, too close to home, we could spoil the entire batch.
I mean, as you said, it takes time. I think there's going to be intel gathering, there's going to be conversations to be had, lies to be told, to figure out a little bit of that, and then learn who to press and when to press.
To that end, Gregory, what connections do you have in Minor Depths or Bellowtown? Fellow reporters, individuals you get scoops from? Do we have any individuals that we could utilize? Or do we need to look for more unsavory means of gathering information?
I have a few connections in both. Just very loose. You know, I've done stories all throughout Dirge. I've talked to people all over. I have a couple of connections here and there. No one that's too on the underbelly side of society, but I think under the guise of a scoop and a story, I might be able to find the people we're looking for and maybe get some information out of them, or at least send us in the right direction.
Now, I don't mean to be so terribly direct here, but I want to make sure everyone understood what it was that Pete said. People don't always give the information that we need willingly. Sometimes there needs to be a certain air about that ask that lets them know that if they do not play politely the way we wish, that something might happen, whether it's harm, whether it's missing a relative family member, other close connection. Was that clear? Is that something you're comfortable with, Gregory?
Gregory shifts uncomfortably where he's sitting.
This was my plan all along. I'd like to make an intuiting check if I can, just to read the vibes of Gregory whenever you get pushed into challenging and tough situations, especially after what we saw in the alley about how all that was. It's a 12 for Geist.
I guess he'll be like, you know, this isn't something I've dealt with before. These situations like this, and so much violence and blood. I don't know if I have much choice but to adapt to the situations I've been dealt with now.
Gregory, you always have a choice. If this is not something that you're comfortable with, point me in the right direction. I'll take care of it. You can keep your hands clean, if that would make you feel more comfortable. I do not want someone sullying their name if they don't need to.
Based on past stuff from this episode, Gregory already feels like he's in too deep, and he doesn't really feel like he has any other options right now other than to just kind of participate in the going-ons.
Well, at the very least, let me help you. Let me assist. That way you can tap me in if things get too shaky for you. Is that reasonable?
I can agree to that.
Very well.
What did you have in mind?
Well, you have the connections. I have a little bit more of the know-how in this area. You get us there, get us the conversations, get us the informants. I'll make sure the right things are said so that they understand what type of game we're playing.
Got it.
Amazing. So there's a couple different plans, a couple different fronts through which the party will proceed. And so there's probably a little bit more talking shop, a little bit more small talk as people are enjoying the stew and the beverages that Rinda has provided. You'll all drift into varying degrees of uneasy and uncomfortable sleep. Okay, well, one of you is not going to sleep.
Nyx is not going to sleep. There's something that can't happen while she's asleep.
Got it. Okay. Well, we'll leave it on that note for this week, and everyone else will learn more when the time is right. This has been The Ties That Bind. Jump into our Discord, discord.gg/mythcraft, to discuss this episode. You can head on over to patreon.com/quasi-real-publishing for a variety of subscription tiers. And until next time, keep crafting those myths. Well, thanks everyone. Tristan here on behalf of my dad. I want to thank all the other miners that work in Soot-Stained Depths. So, Angela Holmes, Daniel Trout, David Roraff, Jesse Fishgrab, Corey Griffin, Luke McWilliams, Michael Porterhouse, Ryan Scripter, Sunshine Castleford, Blair Little, Lynette's Valkyrie, and the newest miners, Pandalicious, Finder of Paths and Stars, Tony Lofstwin, and Kimberly Murphy. Thank you all so very much for delving into the mines again, and I hope you don't get tuberculosis.